to be really mindful where my IEP goals were fitting into the program. If you look at your program, it's pretty complex, right? You've got your functional program, you've got your content standards, you have when kids arrive, when kids leave. Your program's everything from your exercise program. What I did is I looked at my whole program, and then I looked at their IEP goals, and I plugged them in, okay? So here's my program over here, here's my IEP goals. I had to plug in. I couldn't just look at Marcus's IEP goals from beginning to end. I had to take this one, number 1 goes over here, number 2 fits this thing, number 4 sits over here. And then I had to make the data sheets fit where they were in time. So like some of them have independent work IEP goals for their their teach systems. So I made a specific data sheet for just independent work. It's hard because sometimes the IEP has nothing to do with this, which is fine and all good, because really your IEP is created, so why are they not able to reach this? What's keeping them from reaching this content standards? So your IEP goals should be embedded in different parts of your program: lunchroom, cafeteria, delivering the attendance, taking stuff to the media center. He had to walk unassisted down the hallway into the media center, say good morning. I've got a couple of them with greetings and saying hello to the 5th grade peers that walk in my room for recess. It's teaching the skills, and like you said, no matter how hard this is in planning, IEP goal data collection is just as hard, right? Don't you at the end of 9 weeks go, yeah, oops, I forgot to, you really have to be mindful, because that's what the state always wants you to do, right? Is have that data to back up the reason why you've given them. And then what I found, because I was able to take my program and plug in IEP goals all day long in different areas, when I came to my 9 weeks, I was able to really be thoughtful and saying, you know what, we did hit that one. Or I'm going to wait till next month until that program gets a little bit more developed.
Initially, when I was working with the team, they initially were doing the kind of the IEP goals as a side note to the content-based instruction and all that, and they did really integrate those goals and objectives into the daily planning. So when no matter what subject area they were teaching, a lot of our students have communication goals, literacy goals, writing goals, all of those things. They're really integrated in and embedded in the assessment and data collection sheets. Some of the things that I've seen change in the programming as we work together, the data collection sheets now, because they're standards based in one account and also IEP goal and objective based on another account. So during the same activity, I said, what are you measuring? Sometimes you're measuring the science knowledge, or sometimes you're measuring the literacy piece or the writing component. In the same framework, you're still going to be measuring some of those goals and objectives and collecting data on that as well. So your data sheets include, and in the planning templates that we use in the training, it talks about the standards, the differentiation, and IEP goal integration. And so you can teach to the standards and integrate goals and objectives and collect data on all of those things all at the same time. And so that's what I've seen change in the classroom. They were doing those things in isolation from one another, and now I see more of an integrated approach to the data collection. For sure, the data collection piece has changed a lot. And then when it comes to reporting that out, you do separate it out, because some of that is reported out on the goal progress reporting, goals and objective progress reporting, and some of it's reported out on report cards for subjects then. So you're collecting all the data at one time during your instruction, and then you're just kind of moving that data where you need it to be when it's time for reporting.